You know, she turned the Nice Guys on Business into newts. Well, they got better.
If there's a spectrum, okay, let's take a spectrum. At one end of the spectrum is Sean Carpenter. Okay. Sean Carpenter, we met him in person 10 years ago, maybe, right? He's been listening to the show ever since.
Forever.
And he calls in every once in a while. We often get handwritten notes from Sean.
Yes.
He will sometimes, give us a text with a video message.
Very good with that.
We still get fucking handwritten messages.
Crazy.
He is just a great guy. He's all about connections. He is just completely genuine and sincere and puts the time and the effort in. When it comes to hand done, I want to remind you that I'm happy that you're in my life. At the other end of the spectrum is me. Okay.
Hey guys, this is Sean Carpenter from Columbus, Ohio, and you're listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. The Nice Guys Nation is all about connection, and we're all connected by 6 degrees or less. Think about it. Doug Sandler, Dougie Fresh, Poppin' Fresh, Greg Popovich, the San Antonio Spurs, Matt Bonner, Strickland Bonner. Hey, let's find out who the guys are connecting with on this episode of the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Cue Steve O'Brien.
Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your 2 favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Okay. Can I tell you what happened in the process of just unsigning? What is it called when you leave when you leave
signing out, signing back in.
Out. Right. So I'm signing out from Riverside. And it's like, you can't go yet because we haven't
finished uploading the local file yet.
We recorded literally for 27 seconds before we just said, this fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that we have clients that insist on using Riverside? You and I have both screaming good. I have a hardwired connection and a Wi-Fi connection in case my hardwire craps out or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And I still couldn't get it to work so that there wasn't like all sorts of digital skipping.
Yeah, I was the same. I showed, I've got my 2 internet connections, but the one I was using, it said 2 gigabit, not 2 megabit, 2 gigabit upload speed, but it did only say, for whatever reason, 20 megabit download speed. And so that was hanging up. But now I've got like ridiculous speed going, but it doesn't matter. Fuck Riverside. I'm sorry. It's just Zoom. We do not endorse Zoom. They are not sponsors or anything like that, but it just works and there's no problems. And I don't understand why people don't like it.
I am 100% with you. I don't understand why people just don't. Keep it simple. Keep it fucking simple, stupid.
The KISS principle.
I don't understand it. I just don't. I mean, we have clients and I love our clients, every single one of them, in spite of the fact that they know better than us. So why are they calling us? And we're like, use Zoom. Everybody knows it. You won't have any issue with it. Strick and I, we are, okay. I'm a professional. Look it up. I'm a professional. Did Steve O'Brien do a voiceover for that?
For what? I'm a professional?
I'm a professional.
I'm a professional. I mean, we do have a close that's the Doug and Strickland are professional podcasters. Please don't try this at home. We've got one for that.
I'm a professional. Look it up.
What is that from?
Who is that quote?
Yeah, I don't know what that's from.
I think it's a movie. Hold on a second. I'm a professional. Look it up. Hold on. I'm asking my friend ChatGPT. Lady, I'm not an athlete. I'm a professional. But no, that's not right. I can't give you any more words than that, ChatGPT. You can't pull it from a movie from just those 5-6 words. You can't. It's like, look it up. It's in the book or something like that. It's like, I'm a professional. Look it up. Any of our movie enthusiasts, can you tell me what what that is from. It might even be a TV show. Anyway,
Yeah,
fuck
Funkin'
it.
fans, if you know this, because I'm drawing a total blank, does not sound familiar to me. I do not know what Doug is speaking of, referring
Hey,
to.
I don't know about you, but I got a special note in the mail this week from one Sean Carpenter
Oh, no, really?
wishing us congratulations for 10 years of success in the podcasting space. And he has been with us pretty much the entire time during that journey. So that's pretty awesome, Sean. We appreciate you.
That is pretty damn cool.
Oh, and also got a check from him for $1 million too. So thank you very much.
$1 million check. Nice.
Must be real estate's doing very well apparently these days.
Apparently.
So I did have first say hello to everybody, because if you don't, I know we're gonna forget later on. So just go ahead and
welcome back. My name's Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Hey, so today I did an interview, and I'm not going to say the name of the interview because I don't want to cast aspersions upon any of our guests. However, the guest, it took me 25 minutes to get through the fucking, can you hear me now? Is your microphone on? Oh. Can you flip the microphone over? All of the bullshit that you got to go through in order to get somebody signed. I was so frustrated by the time we got to the interview, but I kept my face.
This is on Zoom.
Zoom.
Problems on Zoom.
It was not a Zoom issue. This was problem in chair, not in computer.
Right. Picnic problem. Problem in chair, not in computer.
100%. I'm like, okay. Shows up with an iPad. All right. In a house that was noisy, with a microphone that I don't know that he ever used, with headphones or some technology that was Bluetooth. And it's like, okay, work this through. All right. So in my rules, right there on my scheduling app and in an email that goes out, no blurred background. So he shows up with a blurred background. The reason I don't like blurred backgrounds is because anytime you try to show me anything, like raise your hand, your arm disappears and it looks like shit. So I'd rather have a cluttered room than a stupid background that doesn't even appear. So that was rule number one that he didn't follow. Didn't feel like he ever listened to an episode of the show. I don't know that he did. Anyway, it was just a whole fucked up scenario that 25 minutes in, I'm like, okay, it sounds good enough. Let's just go. Let's just go. It was just bad, Strick. It was bad.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now I've got to look on your calendar and find out who it was, whose name I, of course, will not say, but I can certainly find out from my own information.
Right, he's on sleuthing. And then you go ahead and listen to it. Tell me if I remain composed or not. I don't know. I felt like I was a composed professional, but at the same time, I just wanted to reach through and just say, I finally, because he's on an iPad. Okay, so here's the other complication.
Oh, he's on an iPad. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because of that additional complication, most of the time he was working on tech issues and he wasn't seeing my video because you can't on an iPad do them both at the same time. I'm chatting in the chat box. He's not looking at the chat box. Then he can't hear me because his headphones aren't working. So I'm holding up like literally a paper sign. Okay. Okay. This is the signs that I'm holding up. Like, look.
Doug is holding up a sheet of lined paper and handwritten on it. It says, "Look at the chat box." And then there's a line through that and it says, "Unplug headphones." And then below that it says, "Unplug headphones."
Ben?
What the fuck? Oh my God. And then on the backside, he's got the instructions written on, like, in Zoom, here's how to do it. Wow.
Oh my God. I needed a master's belt, a black belt in patience.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't believe it. I was so mad. But again, I think I remained composed during the interview.
I'm guessing this is your 1:30 interview, because there was one at 12:30 but that wasn't an interview. Looks like they probably know what they're doing.
Yeah, the one at 12:30 was not a. Hold on, let me just verify today. It was my No. It was my 12:30. You're 2:30. So I don't know what time you see.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is someone who is an expert in entrepreneurship, real estate, business acquisition, and executive leadership, and they don't know how to fucking use Zoom?
I was saying the same thing. I just kept thinking, has he ever done an interview before? And
Apparently
if you
he's
are
done
if
$1 billion in deals,
and if you were
$1 billion
if you were
in
my
deals.
guest today and you were on the Nice Guys on Business podcast and you're listening to this, look, I am not sorry. And you are welcome to call me out and just say, could you do me a favor? I'm protecting your name. I'm not sharing it. You go ahead and threaten me, and I will be happy to share your name and have all of our Funkin' fans descend upon your house.
Oh my!
No, I'm just kidding. I would never threaten anybody. But at the same time, it was so frustrating that I could not get him to focus on the area. Like then I finally just put a note in the chat box when he started focusing on the chat box. I'm like, call me. And I gave him my phone number. So he called me and I'm like, fuck, man. That was challenging. Very challenging. But then later on, I did talk to Dan Hollis, and Dan is our host of the BizWiz podcast, and he has a sales training business. And he inspired me. He said after a conversation with him, and he wants to pick up some of the leads that he was sending my way, and he wants to run with the leads because I said, you know what, Dan? Right now, I'm really not a hunter. I'm more of a farmer. I'm not really into the whole, let's schedule 20 non-qualified prospects. 2 of them will show up that are qualified, if any of them show up qualified. And I actually closed one of the deals. I said, Dan, if you want to do that, I'm not into it. And he goes, you know what? I would really like to do that. I think it would be really good for me to do that. So anyway, we were talking about sales, and he wanted to remind me that he was a big fan of my dad's work. And he re-inspired me to reach out to my good friend, Jeffrey Gittimer, Michael Tracy, who was Brian Tracy's son, and Tom Ziegler, who was Zig Ziglar's son, and reopen up the idea of writing the book, lessons learned from. Wait a minute, what is it? Son of a Salesman: Lessons Learned from Being the Son of the World's Greatest Salesman, which was the book title that I was going to write. This is years ago. And I said, you know what? I'm kind of too lazy to do that, but I would have them on a podcast episode. How cool an episode would that be?
That would be super cool. Jeffrey Gittimer, man, you guys were buds for a while. I mean, he's like fucking big time. So, little red book of sales.
Selling.
Right?
Yep. Selling. Yep. So I reached out to Jeffrey. He was my first reach out. I go, hey, Jeff, hope you're doing well. I've been thinking about the conversation that I know we had a long time ago. And I was reminding him about the book. And I said, but instead of the book, I want to do a podcast episode. He wrote me back, Doug, I'm wide open. Would love to make it happen, Jeffrey.
Really? I love that because you haven't talked to him in ages.
I haven't. I have. You know, he and his wife got divorced. I think this is wife number 5.
Oh, hang on. This was the one that he was engaged to when we were hanging out with her?
I think he got married to her. And I think like 2 years later, I think that he divorced her. And I believe that she was like
Jen,
50
right?
years. Yeah, I think she was like 50
hot.
50 years younger than him.
She was hot and she seemed really nice too.
She was not nice.
Oh, really?
I did not like her.
Did I actually meet her in person or maybe I just saw her on video?
But
you're right. Because you spent a couple days with him, right?
Yes, I went down to Charlotte. Did Jeff Gittimer?
Where did I meet her? I feel like I met her in person, but it was brief, I think. So you spent days with him. You know better. Maybe she wasn't so nice.
He remains married. He might still be married to her, so I don't want to. Oh wait a minute! Hold on. No. There is a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit.
What?
Wait, I'm just looking. Hold on. What does it say? Jeff versus Jennifer. Divorce. Yeah, they have been divorced. They definitely are. There was some sort of lawsuit going on, but I don't know what it is though.
Oh shit. That's crazy.
Domestic and absolute divorce. I don't know what it was about, but it looks like there was some sort of settlement involved. Because I remember him saying something about him being divorced, but I'm not 100% sure. What's it say here? I don't see any details immediately that come to mind, but there definitely was in 2014. I'm sorry, 2024. Holy shit, where am I? Is Jeffrey Gitomer married? Personal life Gitomer, but it's funny. It says he is married to Jennifer Gitomer, a sales coach, but then it does say also that there was a lawsuit in September of 24 between the two, and there was an absolute divorce. Oh, now I got to find out about it. Hold on a second. Does it say that he's married still? Speaker, personal life. It's funny. As of the date of this, it says that Jeffrey in 2022 put his 17,000 square foot condominium up for sale.
How big is it?
17,000 square feet. So
Jesus.
So I remember
you were at his like ranch in North Carolina or something.
No. I was at his. He had the old Lance Cracker Factory building in downtown or somewhere around downtown Charlotte. Mm-hmm. It was it was converted to condos, but he bought like 5 of them or 6 of them in there. Nice. At the time, it was the most expensive listing in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, I don't see where he was officially divorced, and yet it does say I remember talking to him about her. I don't remember what. Fuck, all of these facts. I'll get my facts straight. I'll have them right. I'll have them straight by next week. I promise. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, so yeah. So what's going on with you, Strickland Bonner?
Let's see.
Have we had you on? Have we chatted since you saw Donnie and Marie? Except not Marie.
Didn't we? Did we talk
on
about
the show
last week?
Where were you last week? Had you gotten back? When did you go? Was it last week?
All right, now I gotta look at the calendar. I don't even fucking.
Yeah, it had to be 2 weekends. I think he went 2 weekends.
Oh yeah,
ago.
It was last week. No, you're right. It was last week.
So
we saw Donnie, not Marie, just Donnie. We have not actually. I mean, you and I think have spoken a bit since then, but we've not recorded since then. Donnie was great. The one-on-one was really nice. It was like maybe, I don't know, 30
I
people
lost you.
or something.
Hold on a second. I can't hear you now. I'm sure it's me. Wait, there you go. Was that you? What did you do?
That was you, dude. I don't know. It was fine on my end.
It was me. I didn't touch anything. You were gone and then you came back.
Headphone was loose or something because I saw you and I heard you. Everything seemed fine. I bet it was your headphone.
I'm back. All I did was put my standing desk in the upright position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes, we saw Donnie and Donnie.
Show of an episode.
We had our little one-on-one with Donnie, which was maybe 30, 35 people or something. He seems like a super nice guy. We got a great picture with him.
Hold up. Only 30 or 35 people were in that small, like backstage kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool. How long do you have with him?
Two rows of seats. I mean, maybe 40. It was interesting because when we got there, okay. So, if I didn't specify a little context beforehand,
okay,
we went to see Donny Osmond's show in Vegas, which we saw a year ago, but Vera is a huge Donny Osmond fan. And so he has a one-on-one meet and greet that you can do about 90 minutes before the show. And so we signed up for that. Now I get that let's say it's a 5:30. No, I'm sorry, 6 o'clock meet and greet, right? So we get there at like 5:30 or 5:40.
Right.
And there's probably like 10 people in line already. So we're like, oh, okay, we should wait in line to get good seats, right? It's all general admission.
Oh, it's general admission.
Well, but here's the thing. I didn't know if it was going to be 10 people or 100 people, right?
General admission for the meet and greet or general admission? Meet and greet, not the show. I got it. So the show is reserved seating. The meet and greet is okay. Now I got it. Okay. Keep going.
So, and then, so they let us in at like 1:45, right?
And do you stay in the same seat for the concert as you got in early for the meet and greet?
No. So the meet and greet is like a little side room at Harrah's. Yeah, Harrah's.
Okay.
It looks like a room that was probably used for a meeting room at one time.
Okay.
Right? Like, I mean, it's, I don't know, maybe 1,000 square feet or something, but it's basically stand-up chairs, right?
Stand-up chairs?
Folding chairs.
Oh,
just folding chairs.
Okay.
And like a little mini stage where his
like a platform
director has his keyboard set up and it, he's got a little.
He's going to play for you? He's going to play for you?
It was interesting because So we get in there, right? And we get in there like 15 minutes before they're going to start. And even then it's like 12, 13 people. And I'm like, wow, this is really intimate, right?
Right.
So maybe 5 minutes before he's going to come out, about maybe 20 more people come in. It was like a group.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't know if it was like they didn't sell many seats, so they let the group come in, or if it was a part of a package deal.
How much extra was the meet and greet?
Oh, it wasn't cheap. It was like $250 or something
per or
yeah, for each of us. Yeah.
Okay. So $500 you get, I know she's a big fan. I get it. And it was graduation gift and just doing niceties. And it's it's not that expensive if you really, it's like saying, how much would you pay to go to a James Taylor concert? No more than $75. How much would you pay to have an intimate meet and greet with James Taylor?
Right.
I'd pay $500.
Sure. Exactly. Exactly.
Right. It's different than a concert. Now you're talking to the guy.
Right. That's it. Exactly.
Okay.
And, so he comes out and he shakes everybody's hand. Well, everybody in the front row, I guess most of the other group people were in the back row.
Right.
But, like really nice. And he comes out and he just starts talking and shooting the shit and telling a couple stories and stuff. And then he asks for questions. And so there's a big TV up behind him. Right. And, he was on Dancing with the Stars.
I did not know. I've never seen an episode of that show. So.
Okay. So not only was he on Dancing with the Stars, he won.
Oh my. Okay.
And he was also on The Masked Singer that was on Fox. Have you heard of that one?
Mm-mm.
I don't know how it works, but basically people who are famous, and some of them are singers and others are not singers.
Yeah. Yeah.
They come out in these big elaborate costumes that look like mascot outfits or something, right?
Okay.
And they sing.
I just saw Bucky from
from Bucky's, right? But you should look it up. Like while I'm talking, just say Masked Singer outfits or something. You can see it.
Okay.
He was on The Masked Singer. I don't think he won The Masked Singer, but I think the way that one works is they have right. They have like a celebrity panel that tries to guess who I don't even know. Bottom line is he did well on that as well. He was very.
How do you even sing in some of these costumes?
I know, right? So I think the costumes have like a little spot in the front that's close to their mouth because they're holding a mic up.
Oh,
but it's one of those things where, when the lights are on it, you can't see through it.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. Okay. So he was on The Masked Singer. His musical director, his keyboard player comes out with him, right? And they're telling stories and shooting the shit and stuff. And he would say to the musical director something like, yeah, do you guys know I was on The Masked Singer? Here, check it out. And the keyboard player would like hit a button on his keyboard.
Yeah.
And the clip would come up from The Masked Singer. And it's like pretty cool. So he's obviously got like a MIDI setup with a whole bunch of different sample clips. Cause then he brought up a clip from Dancing with the Stars. And I mean, it was really cool. I mean, it was obvious that it wasn't like scripted, but he's probably got like 10 or 12 things that it's like, if he says it, the guy knows where to. Hey, that was my camera moving automatically. I thought I had my camera set up on.
Camera thought you were a little lower than that, apparently.
That's so weird. Higher. It switched to tracking mode. I didn't tell it to do that. Anyway, so he's probably got like 10 or 12 clips where it's like when Donnie says here, and he hits a button and it comes up on the screen. It was really cool.
Yep.
But yeah, he actually told a really funny story. He's talking about, he's driving home from the show one night, and there's this traffic on Flamingo Boulevard when he's heading home, and it gets down to one lane and it's all backed up, and he's side by side with this other car, and he looks over, and it's these guys in the car, and they're like really thug looking, like, 4 Latina guys. They're kind of young, and they're like, and they look kind of tough.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hey, go. Oh, and he was saying as they're driving, like he would pull ahead of him, and then they'd pull up and be driving right beside him, and they're kind of looking at him, and he's like getting nervous. Right. And so like he pulls back, and then they slow down, and he's like, oh shit, what's going on here? And he's getting really nervous because they keep looking at him. And then they get to a point where it goes down to one lane. And he's like, go ahead, like telling them to go first, right? And they're like, no, you go. And he's like, okay, so he goes ahead, right? So it's like stop and go traffic. And so when it stops, they're waving at him. And he's like, oh shit, what's going on? And or no, I know he let them go first.
Yeah,
so they're in front, right? And at one point it's like stop and go, and the light turns red, and they stop, and the guys get out of the car, and he's like, oh shit, what's going on? And they go back and they're like, hey man, sorry to bug you, but you look like that guy from that show. Are you that guy from that show? And he's like, I was really nervous. So I was like, no. I get that a lot though. I get that a lot. And they were like, no, really, man, I've seen you. You're like up on the side of the casino. And he's like, yeah. It's like, Donnie something, right? Yeah. Donnie Osmond. He's like, dude. And they're all like, oh my God, you're so cool. And basically they didn't, they weren't trying to make trouble. They were like fans. They were like, it was really cool. And he invited him to the show and shit. And
I think Donnie is one of those, he's like universal in his appeal. He's kind of like, while you don't have to love Neil Diamond's songs, you've got to respect that the guy has been singing for 70 or 80 years.
Yeah, and he's talented. And the thing with like a Neil Diamond, right, like, or a Tom Jones, it's like, okay, know a ton of their songs, right? But Donny Osmond, like, like One Bad Apple, or maybe like he had another one as Little Donnie that was a ballad or some shit. Puppy Love, right? Puppy Love, or Soldier of Love. He had a hit in the '80s. It was Soldier of Love. But really, that's all the big hits he's had. But he's been busy as shit. He has 60 albums out.
That's crazy.
He just put a new album out, and he's talented as fuck. I'm telling you, it was a great.
Okay, so go back to the meet and greet for a second. So you have 35 people. He's with you for about an hour and a half. You've paid.
He's with us for like an hour. We chatted for like 40 minutes, and then he does a like one-on-one pictures with everybody.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. So he's really. He's there to collect a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
I wonder if the hotel gets any of that money, or if he gets all of that.
Oh, I'm sure they've got some kind of deal. But I mean, it is funny because I was thinking about that. Like, okay, so let's say that there were 20 people in the room that paid, right? I mean, I think it was probably 30 or 35 people. But if it is 20 people that paid, and let's say rounding down, like he's paying the Harris something, right? Maybe he's making $200 a head, right? So what is that? $40,000.
Right.
40 grand for an hour.
Was it 40 or 4? Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry, 4,000. I got my decimal place in the wrong place. Right?
Oh, hold on. So you got 500. So for every 4 people there, it's $1,000. So if there's 40 people there, that would be $40,000. So you weren't off.
No, hang on. No, 40 people is 40,000. No. Hang on. Let's say there's 20 people at $200 a shot, 4,000. It's $4,000. But $4,000 for an hour's worth of work 5 times a week. That's pretty fucking good.
Times 35. Yeah, if there was 35 people there and he's making $250 a piece. So $7,000 if he was making $200 a piece and there's 35 people there.
Right, but even rounding down, saying he's taking home 200.
Right? That's
and
getting
20 people paid. Maybe they're giving away 10 or 15 free ones for VIPs or something. I mean, $4,000 for 1 hour's work, 5 days a week, and then he goes and does a show. And the show was, I mean, I don't know that it was sold out. I didn't look at every seat, but there were a lot of people there.
Maybe the deal that he cut with Harris is you get to keep all the money from the meet and greet. We get it all from the concert.
Who knows? But he's been
5
there
fucking days a week.
Yeah. And apparently when the Donnie and Marie show started there, it was what did he say? Like maybe 15, 18 years ago.
Right.
I'm really curious when he started with that. But it was supposed to be a 6-week run.
Oh my
God.
Basically
Harris said, hey, let's do 6 weeks and see how it goes. They were there for 11 years.
Oh my God.
And then he's been there at least 5 years on his own since then, I think.
Well, what happened to Marie?
Who knows? I don't know. I've heard rumors, and I don't remember where, but that they don't get along very well.
How old is Wayne Newton?
Dude, it's so funny you say that because, I saw Wayne Newton. You remember back in the day when we would go to
Of course.
Vegas with Four Star?
Right.
Second or third year I went. So we're talking about 1997, 98 or something, right?
Yeah.
I went to see Wayne Newton because I'm like, shit, he's old as fuck, right? Like he's got to be.
But he's not that old though. I just look. He's 84 years old. He looks like he's 107 though.
84, really?
Wayne Newton is 84. He was born in April of 1942.
Oh wow.
He just. I mean, go Google Wayne
That's
Newton.
That's my mom's age. My mom was born in 42.
Right. My mom was born in 1933 and she's still kicking too.
But it's interesting because I remember seeing him so how old would he have been in 1998?
Well,
he would have been 60.
So 20. Yeah, he's our age.
That's so fucking interesting because I remember thinking like performance wise, like he moved well and everything, right? But his voice, even 25 years ago now, was pretty shot, right? He was fun and entertaining, but his voice was pretty shot. But I do remember thinking, God damn, he's old. He's still performing in Vegas. Right. Now, he does a thing. I think what he's doing now is it's like stories with Wayne Newton. So the entire show is maybe he sings a little bit, a couple of songs, but basically he's hanging out telling stories.
Neil Diamond is actually older than Wayne Newton.
Wow.
Neil Diamond was born in 1941. He's 85 years old. That's crazy. He's not looking bad. Wayne Newton looks bad though. He just looks bad.
I have not looked pictures lately. Last time I saw him like doing a movie promo or something, like a cameo, it looked like he had a lot of work done.
Love on the rocks. Ain't no surprise. Pour me a drink and I'll tell you some lies.
Anyway, so we went to Vegas. We saw that show. We had fun. Okay, here's a funny one. So we stayed downtown at the D, right? We love downtown. Yeah. I think you'd like the D. I know when we did our last 4-star trip, we stayed at the Plaza, which is super
turnkey,
old school.
And we were actually facing the what's it called?
Fremont Street Experience.
Fremont, which made it really loud. If I was facing the other side,
I didn't have a room facing Fremont.
Yeah, we were. I mean, it's cool for the view, but then you want a room to go to sleep in.
Yeah.
So when you're overlooking, it's a really cool experience, but it's lights on until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., at 9:30 bedtime, I'm completely out.
Oh, so we stayed at the D. We really do like downtown a lot. But our flight out didn't leave till 8 o'clock at night. Ooh. So we had 11 o'clock checkout at the D. And I asked if we could do like pay for a late checkout, and they didn't offer that. So I got an offer for a free night from Excalibur.
Okay.
Like the big fucking castle that's been there forever, right?
Right.
Now, I've walked through Excalibur before, and it's kind of run down. It's pretty old school.
Pretty old.
But this was a free night.
Right.
So I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to book the free night. So we checked out of the Excalibur at 11 and then we checked out of the D on Sunday at 11.
Was the plan just to stay there all day and then leave right before your flight?
Exactly.
Okay,
so, because it was a comp room, it didn't cost me anything, right?
Right.
So we check in at the Excalibur and we get our room at like 12, right? So I'm like, hey, we got 7 hours to kill. We didn't want to be wandering around for 7 hours dragging our bags, having no place to just hang out. So we get to the room at Excalibur, and it was like a king bonus. It wasn't like a suite, but it was a bonus room. So it was a little bit bigger. It was actually nice. I mean, it was obviously, they had renovated stuff. Right? They'd renovated it, right? But it had a big soaker tub.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call it a hot tub. It didn't have jets. Okay.
Right.
But instead of being just a long tub, it's like, it was almost like the size of a small hot tub. Like you could have fit 4 people in there.
Right.
And what was cool about it was the way the room was built. If you just imagine a square room, right?
Uh-huh.
So, on a castle, you got a round turret.
Yep.
Okay. So that was it. We had a room at the very end of the hall, And the room is square except for the tub. And basically the tub is, if you can imagine the room, and there's a turret, a round turret cut out, and the tub is in the turret, and there's a window that's looking right out on the strip from the turret. It was very cool.
We stay, JJ and I, every year we go to, at holiday time, we go down to Manhattan Beach because they have a really good fireworks thing and they have some other good events that are going on. So we usually go down there. One year we stayed at the Shade Hotel. I think it was the Shade. Yeah, the Shade directly in Manhattan Beach. They had a bathtub that was basically in the middle of the room that had partitions around it so you could close the bathtub if you wanted to, but it also could be open to the room. And the faucet was from the ceiling.
No way.
And it wasn't like it was a pipe coming down. It was a hole in the ceiling. And when you turn the water on, you just get a flow of water from the ceiling down to the bathtub.
Okay, but it wasn't like a shower. In other words, if you were standing there, you would go and get deluged.
If you're standing there, you would just literally get no, there was no spread of the water.
Why wouldn't they put a shower head on that?
It's just a cool thing because they have these LED lights that are right above it. So when you turn on the LED lights and you turn the water on, it just looks like it's like a lightsaber. It's like coming out.
You go, wow, wow. Oh, so the light is lighting up the water. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. The whole experience was cool. That bathtub was one of the most interesting aspects of that hotel. Small hotel in the middle of downtown Manhattan Beach.
That's fucking
California.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I've got it. I know Vera took a picture of the tub. I didn't take a picture of it. I was just going to show you, but I don't have one. So then you get dismissed from that room after you do your photos, and then you go over to the concert. How long from the time that you saw him till the time that he's standing on stage? So from the time that we saw him in the one-on-one,
right,
there's another 30 minutes before the concert. Yeah,
I got it. And he's doing that backstage thing 5 days a week.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
shit, if you could make $3 or $4 grand every day for an hour's worth of hanging out and chatting with people, wouldn't you do it?
Well, that's what I do with Turnkey.
Shit, I wish it paid that well. Fucking 20 grand a week. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
So if Strickland and I aren't here next week, it's because we cut such a good deal the day before we recorded with our new potential partner. One of two things is going to happen. We're either going to get I'm so sorry this is taking me so long. Let's get moving. This is going to be great. Or I'm sorry this is taking so long. Hey, guys.
This isn't going to work out. So just for context, which Doug gave you none of.
Of course.
We have a deal that we have been working with someone. And this isn't like trying to bring a client on. This is a deal for us to white label our production services for another company. Okay, here we go. Now I got to show you the pics. Okay, here, this is a pic of,
I can't, it's too much white.
Yeah, it's too bloomed out. Here.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's perfect.
Oh, there we go. Now
that's a great 2,600 pictures. That's a really cool looking tub. It actually has it's almost like a clover leaf.
Right, exactly. So there's like 4 places where people can sit, and it absolutely is big enough that you know, 4 people could sit in the corners and put your feet together.
That's just a soaking tub. That's not even no jets at all. It seems like an unusual waste of.
I know, right? Hang on, let's get the bloom figured out. Yeah,
look at it. It's like little. That's perfect. Like I would love my bathtub to have seats in it. Like it's got like molded in seats.
Oh yeah, so like two of them are seats, and the other 2 the person could sit actually on the ground. Yeah, but like it was super cool. I mean, it was really nice. And like, here's how it sits in the room. Like you can see that's like, stuff's blooming.
Hey, that's a nice looking room. I mean, aside from the fact that it's got one of those big old window style units, not a window unit, but sits under the window, but they have new carpet and new shades and new, it looks good.
For those of you who are not watching to see these pictures, which is everybody, because we're not going to post a video. I will post those pictures up in the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, niceshortcut.com. Just answer a couple of quick questions and we will let you right in. Promise.
All right. So I was going to ask you more about the concert, but I think we probably have beaten up the concert to the nth degree, or should we talk about it anymore?
I don't know. What did you have to ask about it?
I was just going to tell you about a new business idea that I had. Unfortunately, this is not one that you're allowed to participate in, but it is one that I think we could talk to the Nice Guy community about, so they could give me some feedback. And of course, you could tell me it's the stupidest idea you've ever heard. So I'm not.
Well, let's close the last thought first.
Yes.
When I was saying about we got a white label business deal that we've been working on for literally what, 6 months, 8 months or more,
yes, at least.
And the guy the person that we're going to be teaming with, they have a lot of strength in sales and marketing and generating leads, and he hates the production stuff. And we're like, dude, like, we'll totally take it over. We're tired of hunting down leads and dicking around with marketers that suck and shit like that.
Yeah.
So he's been excited, and it took us like 4 months to get a contract signed, and that was 2 months ago. And now we got a meeting. What is it? Wednesday, right?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yep.
So
as of the recording of this, just a handful of days away. So please. So if we're not here, it's because we either cut such a good deal or we've slit our wrists. We are dead. So either way, we've cut something, either a good deal or wrists. It's one or the other. Feast or famine.
So what's this new endeavor that I'm not invited to?
It's not that I don't want you involved. I like you involved in everything that I do, because you're a built-in cheerleader. You're also the guy that reminds me that the flywheel has got to take a little while to get running and all of that stuff. But I don't think that you're going to want to be involved in this.
Fair enough.
This idea, okay? Because it involves cars and trucks.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% out. I'll still be your cheerleader, but you do your thing. Tell me about it.
Okay, so we live in a very touristy town, right? So on the weekends, the small city that we live in, the town that we live in, is called Ojai. So on the weekends, our town goes from about 7,000 people, which is normal, to about 25,000 people that descend upon our town. And there normally are like the rich
weekend.
people from Santa Barbara and Los Angeles, the people that have money that want to come and spend it at our restaurants.
And you guys don't have a ton of hotels, right?
No, there's really very few hotels, which is why our little Airbnb in our backyard does so well. We usually, maybe twice a month we have people that come and stay, so it's a good little extra income.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was thinking is, my Mustang and my truck, I rent them for photo shoots, but most of the week and weeks they're just sitting idle, because those only go out like maybe once, maybe twice a month, maybe if I'm lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, why don't I put a sign up in my truck and park it like at the most popular coffee shop in town that basically says, rent me like for little tours. So Classic Vibes tours. So just like an hour for $175 an hour, somebody could hop into my Mustang and let me take them around and show them all the sights. I could take them out to the mountains. I could take them to the lake. I could take them to a bunch of different places, and they could just enjoy themselves. And it would just be like a kickback kind of, here, rent my car. Now they can't take my car because I'm not going to let them drive it, but they could jump in the Mustang and with the top down and drive around. What's your thought about that?
It's interesting. I'd be very curious to see what kind of interest you get, because it's small, and Ojai's small enough, and you have enough vehicles that you could literally put it, like you said, out at a fucking.
Oh, there's only one hotspot area, and it's literally a block long in my downtown. So anybody that comes into town in that morning on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning is going to drive through the small town.
And you just put the sign up and basically like, just call. Just call me, and we can go in 10 minutes.
So
hourly rentals, see Ojai Classic Vibes. Now, if I could make a suggestion.
Yes, please.
And this is a marketing suggestion, and I am not a fucking marketer, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if you put the sign out there, and also it said, okay, so two things. What Doug just showed me is a for rent sign that you'd find at fucking Home Depot or whatever. And you just put the phone number in there, right? For rent, hourly rentals, see Ojai. Now, if I personally saw that,
yes,
I would think you're renting the Mustang and I can drive it. So you might want to clarify that.
I did purposely keep it a little bit ambiguous.
So
because
you do want to do a bait and switch. That's what you're saying. Okay.
No, but I want to keep it. I want them to tour Ojai with me. So for me, it is, I don't think I'm going to get as many people texting me. So my idea was park it in front of the popular coffee shop that's downtown that everybody knows when they come into town.
Yeah.
Go get myself so park it right in front of that place. Go get a cup of coffee, sit at one of the outside tables, literally right next to the car, and have people just go by and like, and text me, and I'll be like, did you just text me? Because I'm right
I'm in the coffee shop. Did you just text me?
I'm in the coffee shop. So, but I did want to keep it a little bit arbitrary because I don't want people discouraged that they can't drive the car. Because I think that if I said can't drive the car or personal tours, I don't want to sell a personal tour. What I want to sell is a ride in a classic vehicle. Because most people think especially the Mustang is super cool to even just sit in.
I totally agree that the Mustang is super cool to sit in, but I also think that if you say for rent, people are going to think they get to drive it. Now, there's only one way to find out, but I would make a guess that let's throw a number out there, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you do it hypothetically this Saturday, right?
Yes, I'm going to try it.
I would guess that by no later than 2:00, you would get at least 4 or 5 texts.
Wow, that's pretty good if you think
I would think. And I would guess that more than half, when you said to them, no, I'm driving, you would just ride, they'd be like, oh, okay, thanks, never mind.
Maybe.
But there's only one way to find out.
That is true. But you also have to rely upon my very good sales skills.
That's true too. I mean, you could. True. So in other words, the bait and switch actually is a feature, not a bug.
Right.
But you think that you can make the switch after.
I am just working towards qualified leads. I'm not actually looking for this. So I think, so which do you think is, so what my plan was, downtown is probably a 5-minute walk from where my house is. What I was going to do is first thing in the morning, I was going to go and take Joe, my white 67 F-250 out, park it in front of the coffee shop. Then I was going to walk back to my house and go get my Mustang and park that right in front of the truck. And so they can see, oh, there's 2 cars that are there's a truck and a car, and let them decide which they want. Which one do you think would get more hits?
Okay. First of all, I guarantee you the Mustang will get hits, and I would not be surprised if the truck gets almost none for a couple of reasons. First of all, if I am hoity-toity going to Ojai, it's because I like the fucking sun and like the driving around Cali, and to be able to have the top down in a classic Mustang.
That's true.
Absolutely. To drive around in a piece of shit beat up truck that sort of looks cool if you're into that kind of thing, but it's actually closed and there's no air conditioning. No contest right there.
Well, okay, so let me make a correction here. The Ford pickup truck does have air conditioning because I did put air conditioning in it, so that does work. But I think you're appealing to a lot more of a specific crowd. Like anybody would walk by the Mustang and think it's cool. Only a certain segment of the population would walk past the truck and think it is cool, though.
Well, especially if you did both of them.
Yeah,
I'd be very surprised to say, I would guess that fewer than 1 in 20 people would see both of them and choose the pickup truck. Now, so it's got AC, so you're going to have the windows rolled up, but you can only do 2 people. It's a bucket seat, right? There's only a front seat.
No, the truck, you could sit 3, but somebody would have to sit next to me, the driver.
You have a second seat in the pickup truck?
It's a bench seat.
Yeah.
It's one single bench seat, but there's 3 spots there's room for 3.
Right. So you and 2 other people.
Correct.
Right. So you can only do 2 people. In the Mustang, you could do 2, possibly 3 in the back seat and another one in the front seat.
So open to the families.
Right. So you're limited to only couples in the pickup. Yes. And that's the other thing too, couples, right? If you've got a couple and the guy is like, this old Ford fucking pickup truck is really cool, the wife or the girlfriend are going to be like,
Mustang.
I'm not getting in that fucking piece of shit. Are you kidding? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I think the Mustang idea is a great one. If you really want to sell it, I'm super curious if you just put that for rent sign out. I think you're going to get a lot of people that don't get it. But also, I think if you were to like actually make up a flyer to put in the window that said, would you like a tour of Ojai in this car.
Okay.
Right now. You can have a tour of Ojai right now in this car.
Yeah.
Available now. If the fucking car's here, it's available right now. See, I like that too, because it's not like I'm going to
you got to go somewhere and you got to pick
and it's one available and shit like that. It's like, if the car is here, we can go right fucking now. Right?
Yeah, if the car is here, let's go. As a matter of fact, there is no paperwork. Just give me your Venmo.
Right.
That's all.
And shit, if I've been walking, let's say it's 1 PM, right?
Right.
And I've been walking around since 9 and I'm kind of hot and kind of tired of being like, oh fuck, that'd be really nice. Like, and we can just go wherever we want. No, hi, that'd be cool. And I get to drive around the cool places. Could you just
take me back to the hotel?
Right, exactly.
I give free rides back to the hotel. There's a tour company called Cloudbusters that's here, and they have, I think, like 4 or 5 Jeeps, but they're not regular Jeeps. They're like decked out Jeeps that have, instead of the 2 back seats, it's got 2 front seats, and then the entire back of the Jeep has bench seating front to back, not side to side.
Oh, right.
So you can sit like 8 people in the back of this Jeep, 4 and 4. They're fucking cool ass Jeeps.
And are they busy all the time?
All the fucking time.
Now, what do they charge?
I have no idea what they charge, but
you should totally look it up.
They do tours. Mm-hmm. I'm not necessarily looking to do tours. I'm not even necessarily. I just want to drive people around a little and show them some sights, but I don't want to do tours.
No, I get it. Well, you would technically be doing a tour, but it's personalized, right? It's not like you're doing, okay, I'm going to go here and then here and then here, like the same shit every time. You're going to be like, hey, what do you guys like?
What do you guys like? Exactly.
I can take you to see the mountains? I know the town like nobody
else. Do you want to go to some picturesque spots? Do you want to go to a cool park? Do you want to get something to eat? Do you want coffee? Do you want to do a wine tasting? What are you looking to do?
Right.
I'm going to cut some deals with the wine tasting place, get a little kickback from them.
Because you know how that works with the strip clubs, right?
Tell me, because I know you're a pro at that. As a matter of fact, Strickland, let's take this opportunity to really promote your Guys Guide to Las Vegas.
Of which let's see, it came out in 2011, I think, and I sold 2 copies. Maybe?
I don't know why. It seemed like that would really do well. You knew everything. You know all the ins and outs. I'm sure everything that in there is outdated and changed by now.
Well, I know exactly why it didn't do well, and it's marketing. It's not that it wasn't good, it's that nobody knew about it. But so the way the strip clubs work in Vegas, and for those of you that don't know this, in case you were wondering, when you see things where the strip clubs say, we'll send a limo to pick you up, right? Or if you're in a cab and the cab driver's like, dude, I'm going to give you a free pass to the best place in town, right? Because most of the strip clubs, on the face of it, they say it's like $25 to get in or $40 or whatever entry fee. So the way it works is for the limo companies. So most of these strip clubs have their own limos. And the reason they want to do that is because they want to get you in the door. They know you're going to spend money. Right. And then hopefully the limo driver, you're going to tip him and everything. But the cab drivers, the way it works is they're going to give you a card and it says free admission, right? Right. Well, if you use that card, the cab driver gets a kickback because let's say it's $25 admission, right? They don't care about the $25 admission because they want to get you in the door. Right. They know you're going to spend 50, 100, a couple $100 in the club. Yep. And so they're willing to give that back to the cab driver who, gave you the card and told you it's the best place in town. So that's what you got to do. You're right. You got to cut a deal with the wine tasting places where it's like they're going to give you a cut of it if you bring them in.
Yeah. And the other thing that I could do is I could certainly also promote my Airbnb. Of course. Now, I know that they already have a place that they're staying, but normally because people are coming from LA and from Santa Barbara, they're coming back again.
Or you could say, hey, if you're just here for the night, you want to stay overnight, my Airbnb happens to be open right now.
And you kick back from JJ.
Don't you also have an add-on with your, don't you offer that kind of a tour as an add-on with your Airbnb?
It's so funny. So I went through this. Airbnb has got this process that you can add services on to your Airbnb if you want to have these Airbnb experiences.
Yeah.
And it is a fairly lengthy process and you have to go through approval and all of that. I wouldn't think it would be that way. I'd think, why the fuck do they care? You know, as
Right.
long as you're legitimate and you're selling things and nobody's complaining,
Right.
then have at it. I went through the whole process and it never got posted. I never got a denial or an approval.
Really?
They don't have any recollection of me doing it. And I'm like, here's all the emails that you guys, like, where the fuck is it? I'm like, I just haven't felt like filling out that fucking application again.
Dude, if I can make a suggestion, because I'm sure if they book it through you, they're going to take a piece anyway, right?
Yeah.
You are, I'm sure, very hands-on with the people that rent your Airbnb, right?
Yeah, very much.
So when somebody rents, you like email them in the app.
I know.
Just fucking say, hey, by the way, here's something, here's a link, here's another thing I offer if you're interested as an add-on.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Most of the time, just so you know, and I'm sure that you're aware of this just because you visited small towns before, but most people, we're part of a destination. So somebody's coming to a wedding. It's like they've got their whole weekend fucking planned. Very rare that somebody comes here. They do ask us our advice for places to eat a lot. And we do recommend a lot of places. I recommend the places just because they're good places to go and eat. I've never thought about building a relationship with a restaurant so that they'll recommend this. But oftentimes we know the chefs and the owners and stuff. So it's fun to do that. But yeah, you're right. To be able to add this service, like add a tour Ojai, or you could double what you're getting for your Airbnb just by all these extra services that you can provide.
Exactly. Now, what would you charge for your like walk up to the coffee shop and rent the Mustang? What would you
$175 an hour.
So up to however many people will fit in the car. You're not going to do it per person, which I think is a good
I wouldn't do it per person. I just do it per ride. So if somebody wants me for an hour, it's $175. They want it for, I would think that most people are probably going to say, yeah, probably 2 hours is probably fine. I don't think an hour is enough time to really get to many sites. To go up into the mountains and then down to the lake, that alone would be an hour, and that's just not even stopping.
Yeah, I just don't know how many people are going to do $175 or $350 like just out of their pocket. Like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Like
Venmo
if you wanted to do it and you're planning ahead on it, maybe, but it's not $350. It doesn't feel like a spur of the moment kind of thing. But hey, I don't live in LA either, right? So I don't pay $4,000 for rent every month.
Oh, geez, people are paying $7 a gallon for gasoline. They'd probably
true.
But what would you suggest as a price point? What were you thinking? Like first honestly, half hour free or something like that? I mean, no,
I totally wouldn't do that. I would do like the maybe $175 for the first hour, and then who knows what after that.
So incrementally after that, maybe $175 for the first hour and $100 for every half hour after that.
Yeah, so like you got to make it worth it for them to want to do it and make it cheaper if they keep you longer, right? Because you've made the sale already. So like for you to stay out with them for another half an hour, like who cares? But for you to sit and wait for the call,
right.
You got to charge for that.
I love how you say, if it's here, we're available.
Right. I think I love the instant gratification of it.
On Facebook Marketplace, one of the things that I always see a lot is don't ask me if the thing is still available. If it's listed, it's a fucking available. People get so annoyed when, is this still available?
People get so annoyed with that. Yeah, I see the same thing. I've never actually sold anything on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, Marketplace is so good. I sell everything on Marketplace. I sold both of the trucks on Marketplace.
Oh really? I've bought stuff on Marketplace before, and I like it, but I just haven't had anything.
Well, the challenge is that Marketplace is ripe with scam artists. People that really, do we have voicemail?
Yeah.
We have a fucking voicemail today?
Just one.
Lord have mercy. We're 57 minutes in. Will you have just showing our first voicemail?
Well, that's why I did the screen share, because we've been yapping and hadn't gotten to it yet.
Sorry. And here I came into this literally with one thing to talk about.
And here we are an hour later. And did we even talk about it? I don't know.
No, we really did. We needed the tech glitch that Riverside provide. Let's just make one promise to each other. Let's not fuck around with stupid things like Riverside any longer. It just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I was hoping I could do a streaming thing. Okay, so for those of you who are not in the loop, because we haven't told any of you, like you don't fucking know, right? So we were looking at Riverside because it's like
Strickland is editing.
I'm I can tell whoever this voicemail is from is
editing voicemail.
It's very noisy. It looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff that gets cut out. So, while we're yapping, I'm just editing all the shit.
Like, how did you know, for example, like paste that in a little separate spot?
Yeah, like that one right there.
Yeah,
like I can just tell I'm looking at it and I can tell
just cut that out for a second, but hold on to it. Just cut it.
Okay, here, that little piece right there.
Okay,
right?
and then just let me hear just that little piece.
Okay, hold on here. Let's do you, and we'll put you over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the piece that I just cut out.
Just so everybody knows. So Strickland and I were just having a conversation, and as I'm having the conversation, he's editing visually, not audio, just visually editing the audio. And then this is one of the things that he edited out. I have no idea what it is. It looks very important to me because there's a lot of little spiky things. But
no, I'm going to crank it up because I can tell you it's noise.
Okay.
But we may not hear it at all with it, but I'll crank it up here. Let's take a listen. Here we go. In fact, I'm going to tell you, I could be wrong, okay? But I'm going to make a prediction.
That sounded like Jared.
That sounded like Jared's noise.
Jared in the car.
That is the noise, I think, of his car. That's how well I know this shit now. Is it like, oh yeah, that's Jared. Okay, that's Jared in his car.
That's Jared's car. I don't even voicemail from Jared's car.
and often when I'm looking at the visual, I can tell it's like, oh well, that's a place where it cut out. Like I'll just say something in there, but there are so many spots like that. I was just gonna cut a few of the big ones out. I'm gonna cut them all out just to hear what it sounds like.
And that one looks like an that I don't know what that is.
Right, like right here. I bet that one right there. Here,
yeah.
Let's cut that out because I bet that is an No, I don't want to mute it. I want to cut it. Here we go. Here, let's take a listen, and then maybe we'll also know if it's Jared. Okay, here we go. Let's crank it up a little bit. Let's listen.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that didn't sound like.
No.
It sounded like them or something.
Okay.
So we'll undo. Put that one back. Undo.
Put that one back. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm always amazed. Strickland he's got these, I don't want to say they're even hidden talents because it's obvious because he does this all the time. But like, if it came to editing for me, we would have been out of business 11 years ago. We started business 11 years ago.
But it's funny because I like doing it for a little bit. And I'll do an episode and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of fucking work. Fuck it. Let the team do that. I don't care anymore. But every once in a while, I like doing it.
So what Strickland has just done is literally he went through the minute and 33 seconds, which was probably a minute and 50 seconds worth. And he eliminated all of the car noises, not that because that sounded like them, but okay, so this is going to be really interesting. I am not going to interrupt because I want to get right into the voicemail from here because we're already an hour in.
Okay, now it's possible that what Jared is doing is like purposely pausing for dramatic effect, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
We just eliminated all the drama then. That's what
exactly
happened.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
Hey, Doug, Strick, Jared here. So you guys were just talking about the Vegas show with Donnie Osmond. Wow, that's pretty wild. 60 albums, and he's just playing them off the top like that. That was pretty wild. But I gotta be honest.
Hold up for a second. Hold up for just a second here.
Yeah.
Wait. He hasn't heard the episode yet.
No, we did talk about it last week a little bit, I think.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
You just forgot. And I couldn't remember when you said, I couldn't remember if I said that before, but I was like, okay, I'll say it again. I'm trying
to figure out what's fucking worse, Strickland. You said you just forgot. and I didn't remember. So it was like mine was bad and yours was okay.
Yeah, no, I fucking forgot too. I couldn't remember. I thought maybe I had mentioned it, but I couldn't. I wasn't sure. So I'm like,
every once in a while, JJ will ask me a question about something she talked about earlier, and she'll go, "What's the name of that guy that I was talking to you about before?" And I'm like, I don't remember. And she gets frustrated with me that I don't remember the name of the person. I'm like, you're fucking asking me. You're the one that should know the answer to the question.
Right, exactly. Like, so, it's okay that you forgot, but not okay that I forgot.
So you just forgot, but I didn't remember. Just
right, exactly. That's funny.
Okay, sorry, Jared.
Donnie's 60 albums.
I got to be honest. That whole story about Vera and him picking the song that her dad loved, that you feel it on this side.
Yeah.
Very emotional, and we could hear it I could hear it in your voice, Drake. If I didn't almost start tearing up. That's really cool, man. I appreciate you guys sharing, and something especially so sensitive like that. Make sure you give Vera hugs. All right, guys, appreciate you. Love the show, and this is not a normal call for me because it's like fucking Tuesday.
Where's the shit sandwich? Didn't happen.
So I'm all out of whack if I haven't called the past few times because of just with everything going on. But anyways, guys, not missing, still listening, and appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, we didn't get the shit sandwich from Jared. For those of you that don't know, I don't think we've brought it up in a while. No. The typical structure for Jared's voicemails are, hey, Doug, hey, Strick, it's Jared. So he introduces himself first, which is great. We usually recognize his voice, but you know what? We might not.
Yep.
Hey, there's something great I want to tell you about your show. Okay, here it is. It's this great thing about your show. And then, by the way, I'm going to take that great thing and I'm going to twist it to say how, well, it or something slightly related is really kind of shitty and kind of stupid and you guys kind of suck at it. But hey, let me tell you this other great thing about your show. Love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work.
That is a typical Jared. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about the song that was picked, go back and listen to last week's episode. I did get really emotional. I'm not going to go into the details again. But it was a great story. And Vera actually wrote him a note.
Wow.
Like, wrote him a little, like a 3-page letter that basically told him the story of that happened last year. Now she left her address on the envelope, but like didn't leave her email or anything.
Right.
So
right.
Even if he did read it, I don't think we'll be like hearing back from him.
And you know what? Knowing Vera, I don't think that Vera wrote it with the intention or the desire to get a response from him. It was more to emote, because that's just how good a person she is. She doesn't do it for selfish reasons. She did it more for the therapeutic reason of sharing so that Donnie would actually feel better, right?
You're so right. I totally would have at least left my email address to like, hey, did they read it?
Stamped envelope.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But you're right. A big part of the letter, it wasn't just about that you sang to me and it meant so much to me and it was this song. It was also, my dad's passed away, and there were many times that when we were together, we would sit around and listen to your albums.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, she was basically trying to say, you are really important. You brought a lot of joy into a lot of people's lives, whether you know it or not, even outside of personally performing for them. And I appreciate you.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. As we were sitting here, I got an email from Redfin. I don't know if you get like Zillow or Redfin updates about your neighborhood.
Oh boy, does it tell you what your house is worth right now?
Well, not my house, because it probably would if it said, "Hey, have you checked out what the value of your house is right now?" But I'm looking at these and like, these are houses that are basically in my neighborhood. Yeah. Here's one in Oakview, which is maybe not even 5 miles. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. $1.7 million.
I got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but how old is it and how big is it?
Okay, so 2,600 square feet. So it's a modest size house for 1.7. Okay, then let's take a even more modest approach. 1,200 square feet. Now that would be considered pretty small, right? Like not a huge house. 3 bedroom.
You got like 1,700 square feet or something in your house.
I think it's 14 if you include like the JJ's office, which
Okay.
isn't traditionally a room because it doesn't have a vent, but whatever.
It's a little
Three
bungalow.
three
house.
bedrooms, 1.5 baths. So
Okay.
pretty small.
A little smaller than yours.
$1.17 million.
That's crazy. How much land do you have? You got a big ass backyard.
Half acre.
See, half acre where you are, that's fucking significant.
3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,700. Now, this is more comparable in East Ojai Avenue, which is pretty much on the avenue, on the main strip
Main
that's
drag.
here. $1.8 million.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I could not fucking move back into my neighborhood if I tried to right now.
That's crazy.
I don't understand what's going on with the price of houses. I have no idea. Only to our benefit if we sell, only to our detriment though when it comes to tax time. That's the
Yeah, that's
challenge.
true.
It's like their taxes are fucking ridiculous in this town.
That is true. That is
Anyhow,
true. But
do we
dude,
have
you
anything
got in
else
at
to-
just the right time
Oh
because
my gosh.
you got what 3.5
3%.
mortgage?
3%.
3% mortgage, dude, for the next 28 years or some shit.
Let's see. We have 24 years left on our mortgage.
Dude, at 3% flat, my God, you got banks that are going to want to buy that mortgage.
I
from you.
bet. Okay. Well,
Crazy.
if they want to put out a bidding war like we had to fucking buy the house, that would have been
Oh,
fine.
God, what a mess.
God. Okay, let's head out of here. Unless you have anything else, I got to prep my car for for rental on Saturday.
No, Vera went out to hang out with her nephew tonight, so I'm on my own. I got to figure out what I want to do for dinner and shit.
It sounds like it's a Tyson's Anytizer kind of thing. Hey, wait, is Amanda still living with you?
Yeah, but she's out also right now. She's still living here.
And she has a boy in her life, doesn't she? Or maybe we shouldn't be discussing that on the show.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, she's got a guy she's been seeing. She's been spending more time.
So
over
she's
there.
got this guy that she's seeing. So she's not home more than she is home right now.
Yeah.
So it's basically you, yourself, and you in your house. Now, did you ask me for my address for a said invitation? Or is it-
Invitation for the party that you're already aware of. So Vera, in fact, Emily Aborn has already
Yes.
texted back to say that she got hers.
Huh.
Vera is, so it's not a totally like hand done invitation.
Yeah, yeah.
When you
Back up.
see, you know what? Let's
Start over.
wait till you get it because it's
Oh,
late.
okay.
We've been talking for well over an hour.
Okay.
You should probably have it by the time we record next week.
Uh-huh.
It is quite personalized, and I will
Ooh.
give you the whole process of what she went through to do it. And it's way more trouble than I would put in. It's like if there's a spectrum. Okay, let's take a spectrum. At
Uh-huh.
one end of the spectrum is Sean Carpenter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Carpenter, who, we met him in person 10 years ago, maybe,
Yeah,
right? He's been
something
listening
like
to the
that.
show ever since.
Yep, forever.
And he calls in every once in a while. We often get handwritten notes from Sean.
Yes.
He will sometimes, give us a text with a
Text
video message.
Very good with that.
We still get fucking
I
handwritten
know.
messages.
Crazy.
He
so
is
good.
just a great guy. He's all about connections. He is just completely genuine and sincere and puts the time and the effort in. When it comes to hand done, like I want to remind you that I'm
Yeah.
happy that you're in my life. At the other end of the spectrum is me. Okay. Not that I'm like selfish and don't care about my friends, but like handwritten note, no, that's not going to fucking happen. I'm
So
sorry. I'll
what
send you
Strickland
an
will do-
email, but
Strickland
no.
will go to ChatGPT and say, anything I've said about my friend Doug, put it in an email and send it to him.
right. This is invitations for over 100 people and very close to the Sean, the Sean end of the spectrum, maybe even more so. Like there is hand done stuff on every invitation, and it is amazing. And she loves that stuff. She really
Now,
likes it. So I
now you've
support it.
got my curiosity caught here.
Oh, you're gonna like it when you see it.
Not
appreciate
necessarily for the invitation. I expect magnificence when it comes to Vera and anything that she puts her hands on.
Mhm.
It was more in
Like
what you
me,
said.
she puts her
Yeah.
hands on me, and I'm
Okay.
magnificent. Thank you.
Do you remember what you said at the very beginning when we started to talk about invitations? Do you remember?
I
do you
do
remember?
not remember.
Do you remember who you mentioned? You remember what person that you mentioned has already gotten her?
Oh, Emily Aborn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Has she RSVP'd?
She texted and said she can't make it because
I was so close. I was so interested. Right? I was very curious if she was coming or not, because that would have made it even a more festive occasion.
She is amazing and wonderful. As you know, Vera and I got to meet her face to face when we went to Maine in, what was it, August, I think? I don't remember. She is an absolute delight. And the person you hear in messages on the phone, that is her 100%. I mean, we spent, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours together hanging out and shopping and chatting, and she is an absolute delight. Okay. And so anyway, she and her husband, Jason, had if I remember correctly, it's either an anniversary or a 40th birthday party planned. And it had to get moved, and it's that weekend. So in other words, she's not going to be.
Can I also tell you why I know that Emily was included in your invite list? I can tell you because Vera had a chance to meet with her. Because I would think that if it was up to Strickland, no offense, Emily, I'm sure that you would be on Strickland's list too. But let's go back to the spectrum for a second.
Oh, dude, I was like, aren't you just going to get emails and like email everybody, or do one of those? Like, even if you got to track the RSVPs, right? It's like, there's an app to do that, right? You just put everybody's address in the app and you send it out, right? She's like, oh no, it is going to be hand done, hand created invitations, which again, I would never, it's just not something I would want to put my time and energy into, but they are fucking beautiful. And I absolutely 100% support Vera doing that, because she really enjoys that. And I totally understand that it conveys the amount of care put into it. They're amazing.
You and I will have to figure out what the best approach for me on attending the said reception is, because I'm also doing this in conjunction with a trip to my mom in Baltimore. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, should I go to Baltimore first and then to Austin and then back to Santa Barbara or Ojai, or should I go Austin to Baltimore back? You know travel better than I do. Do I want to make the journey across the country first back to Austin and then coming back? We don't have to talk about it right now, but that is something that is up for deliberation.
I don't know what the schedule the week before and the week after is.
No schedule.
For me personally, I would rather get the long ass fucking 6-hour flight across the country out of the way and done.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking I'm going to fly to Baltimore. Then I'm going to take an easy Southwest flight from Baltimore to Austin. Isn't that like a typical
Oh my
trip?
God. They're like at least 3 or 4 direct flights a day on Southwest.
And then Austin back to Santa Barbara. I'll have to figure out the best way to make that happen. The only thing I was thinking was it's probably easier for me to get to Baltimore back to Santa Barbara than it is, but it doesn't matter because
Southwest goes to Vegas and then Santa Barbara.
Correct.
And they do that a couple times a day too. So yes, do you have to have a layover? Yeah, but it's Santa Barbara. Of course you're going to have to do that, right?
Right. Santa Barbara. That's the pains that you go through to have a 6-gate airport close to your house. So anyway, okay, let's head out of here. I'll let you know how my rental experience goes when we come back to the show next week.
You're going to do it this weekend?
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited. I want to hear if you get any
setting the car up tomorrow, and I may get different signs because these do look like apartment for rent signs.
They totally do.
I don't know what kind of sign to get though, or do I have to hand make my own sign?
Dude, I think you should go into Canva and just print one and tape it to the window.
Print? Like, how do you print?
You don't have a printer? No. You don't even own a printer?
No.
Really?
I'll just take my computer monitor, put it up in the front.
Oh my God, that's funny as shit.
In front of my desk.
You gotta go to Kinko's or whatever, right? It's like, hey, I need to print copies. Okay, how many do you need? 1. You just need 1? Yeah.
Yeah, color copies. That'll be $1.8 million. No worries. I'll just sell my house. All good. God. Okay, let's get out of here. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
The Nice Guys on Business are professional podcasters. Please do not try this at home. It may seem simple, kids, but lots of people get hurt in the process. Void where prohibited, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Fredonia, or your in-laws. The Nice Guys on Business are not responsible for any claims of liability or any guarantee that these two morons know what they're talking about. There is no promise that being nice to people will help your business, but calling people assholes, dumb, incontinent fuckwads will definitely lose you business. For any and all claims, shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Thank you for listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. I'm Steve O'Brien.